This is David from Elliott's Nursery showing you how I do some of my orchard rows with the bare root trees. So this is one I put in the ground February of 2025, and it looks like it's not doing anything. I put the white paint on there to protect them from the sun because they can get some sun damage, all trees. Looks like it's not doing anything. Looks like it's dead. Happens to a lot of people and they're like, man, this thing's not alive. All you do is come down here and take your fingernail and scratch it. I just did this one off camera, but if the camera would focus. But you'll see green underneath. So it's fine. It's happy. I planted this one at the same time. This one popped off for whatever reason. It's a kefir pear. And all these little shoots are going to be the new branches. Those are going to be your scaffolding branches. You can pick which ones you want. You know, sometimes they all come on one side or the other, and you really want 4 or 5 facing different directions, and it'll give you a nice start to making it into a bell or a crown or however you want to say it. There's a bunch of different ways of doing it, but this keeps the tree low. It'll end up being, you know, probably 15 feet when it's full grown. You'll be able to reach most of it. If you don't do this, it'll be, I don't know, 25 feet, 30 feet. You definitely won't be able to reach it. So if you're looking for a fruit tree, you probably want the fruit from it. You want to be able to reach it. And it's easier to spray if you need to, you know, if you got bugs or, you know, some kind of fungus, it's easier to manage. So that's why we do this. Plus, if you leave the tree 6 foot or 5 foot or 8 foot when you buy it from us, the roots have been cut down so much, the tree really can't support all that new growth. So you really do want to chop them down. You don't have to do it knee high like I do it. You can do it a bunch of different ways. As far as planting it in the ground, I have horrible red clay soil. I dig that up really good. I go really deep. I put it all off to the side. I bring in that much more of good composted soil. I mix that in with my native soil, put it back in the hole, and then I plant the tree on it. It ends up being a mound. It's going to be taller than it was before, and that's a good thing because over time that's going to sink down and almost be flat. Cover the whole thing up with bark mulch. You can use whatever mulch you want. You don't have to use mulch, but it really does help the trees. It keeps that moisture in. It's a good place to put your fertilizer underneath it and then cover it back up so it stays where it's supposed to and gives it to the roots. And like I said, this one was around February of 2025, both those. And this was like a week later. This is Florida Prince, same thing. It's starting to pop out, all little buds, so chopping it down doesn't hurt it, actually helps it. Same thing over here. I think this is a king, and yep, so this is last year's 2024's tree, probably around February, and you can see how much it's grown since then. Those are all my scaffolding branches. Those are going to be my main branches for the life of the tree, unless one of them's not doing good or I don't like the way it's growing. And this one's probably got 3 inches of growth. So it started off with one of those little sticks. You can see how thick it is. And the ground sunk back down and it's almost level again, and that's perfect. You don't want to come up the base of the tree. You want the soil right at the roots. You don't want it above the roots because it can rot the bottom of the tree. Anything that comes out from the ground is a sucker. Get rid of it. Usually don't have a lot of suckers. Same thing here, same time. This was all last year's. This is a pineapple pear. I really like them. They always want to go straight, so you really got to cut these branches down and try to force it to go sideways, but it ends up being a really good tree. Same thing over here. It's a nectarine. Was this a sure crop? Yep, sure crop. You can see all those are going to be the scaffolding branches. See how thick they get. And then in between each one, I'm going to be planting other things like blueberries and blackberries because that's what I like. That's what we like to eat. So then I'll connect the rows together when I get dirt and time, because you know this all takes time and money. And I put these wires across, and I got my blackberries going across here. On this side is going to be blueberries, so this side is going to, this is, oh yeah, it's one of the apple trees, so this is the same thing. It's a Yates going all out, and all these are going to be scaffolding branches. I'll probably remove some of these because it's a little much, but you know, you don't have to do that right away. You just, over time, you pick out the best ones. So I'm trying to see which ones are going to be my happiest ones and cut them down and make a good tree. And in between here is going to be all blueberries. I'll dig up the soil, bring in some good soil, put it back with the native soil. It'll be a mound, just like I said before. Put some bark on it, plant my blueberries. And these are all this year's. I actually planted these like a week ago. And then these ones are the same size. So these ones down here are the same size as that, and that's a year's growth. Not even. I think I planted these in the fall, and they're just happy. I mean, you can see how many blueberries are growing on them. And they love growing like this. So, thanks for watching.